Welcome back to the B.S.S Society. I'm gonna be making this a video now. I'll be streaming every Thursday around 6:30ish p.m. EST to read another volume of Attack on Titan. Here's my physical copy, my favorite series of all time, and I really want to get back into this because one, the foreshadowing is chef's kiss, but two, people's reading comprehension of Attack on Titan is flawed, and I need them to lock in. So I'm gonna help them lock in. So this is going to be a really good. I'm going to make a video. I'm going to cut everything down, make a video for the YouTube channel, and then I will stream it on Thursdays. So we'll be here doing what we got to do. Attack on Titan Volume 1. I'll be reading volume by volume, and just a little sidebar. This volume says has Anime News Network giving a comment or review, a visceral and fantastically intense action horror story. And then I09, I don't even know who that is. Japan's equivalent of The Walking Dead. Interesting. That's what they said. Japan's equivalent of The Walking Dead. Shout out. I'll talk. Did you read Boruto chapter 12? Man, I have a hot take. Boruto might one shot everybody in his universe. No, did Boruto come out already? I didn't even know it came out, like the newest chapter. If it came out, we might have to react to that or talk about it on the YouTube channel. We'll get into it. But Boruto's pretty broken right now, so I'm not surprised. He's pretty broken. All right, so let's dive right into it. Here's my screen. I can't show it too much because of copyright, but I'll show it here and there. But let's dive right into it. Came today. It came out today. Yeah, we might need to do a video about it. I'll hit up the boys after this. We'll try to do a video about Boruto. Maybe a stream. We'll see. Video, probably a video, not a stream. Probably video. All right. On that day, humanity remembered that dread that was a life under their rule, the humiliation of being caged like birds. Right off rip, let's get certain things out the way. I will be spoiling Attack on Titan. If you are watching this video, I will be spoiling the entire manga because this is a reread. This is not a first time reaction. I will be spoiling this manga because I want to connect all the pieces of the story. I want to really talk about everything Isayama laid out for us and all the bits and pieces. First things first, I mean, chapter 1, well, first things he said is on that day humanity remembered. Let me bring this out. That the dread that was a life under their rule, the humiliation of being caged like birds. Right off rip, the bird references being free. He set the standard off the first sentence. I will be glazing. This will be a glaze fest for sure. Come on. First chapter. To you in 2,000 years. If y'all don't know, this to you in 2,000 years is going to be referenced right back at the end of the manga. Right from the first two sentences, we foreshadowing. Hey, we here, man. Now, if you don't know, Attack on Titan's manga and anime, their chronological order is a bit different. The anime starts from when they're kids, the manga starts from when they're teens, and then they do a backstory of when they were kids. So just letting people know that. All right, let's dive right into it. Everyone prepare for battle. We have one target. Take it down if it's the last thing you do. Distance to target 400 meters. It's coming our way. Split into 5 groups just like during practice. Will act as decoys. Distance to target 100 meters. To all attack teams, switch to 3-dimensional maneuver. And they bring out the maneuver gear. They doing their thing. Strike from all directions at once. This is Erwin and his group. So it starts off with Erwin and his group, going after a Titan, kind of showing off. Is this Erwin? It kind of look like Gene. Hold on. Yeah, this is Erwin. Now, who am I? This might be another one of the side characters because he looks like Gene. It could be Erwin. Have a taste of the power of humankind. It's interesting that they start off the manga with Erwin in particular of showing the power of humankind. See you later. Okay. More glaze, gentlemen, ladies. The impact of this panel right here, you don't know. Like, you see this, is like, oh, it's not a big deal. The impact of this panel right from the start is crazy. Like, how Attack on Titan later on, where Mikasa tells Eren, see you later, and it comes full circle towards him remembering, him seeing that moment now because it was a dream. Full circle, man. Like I said, Attack on Titan is a masterpiece, bro. It's an absolute masterpiece. We will be glazing. Don't get it confused. Ishiyama is getting glazed today. Aaron, wake up. Get back home now. It's got to be get dark. Mikasa, your hair, it's gotten longer. See? Oh, a little bit more. Come on, lock in. Mikasa, your hair, it's gotten longer, hasn't it? You don't know what that means until later on in the story. That's what I'm talking about. And we are just starting, ladies and gentlemen. We are just starting. But you don't know what this statement means until you read the full thing. It's crazy how he put this in, knowing exactly how he wanted to finish the story. Cody Rhodes learned everything he learned from Isayama. Your hair hasn't, bro. Come on, we here, man. We here. Attack on Titan. You were sleeping tight enough to spout that kind of nonsense upon waking up. Well, it's just like I had a mighty long dream. You see, I can't seem to remember what it was about. Aaron, what's wrong? Why are you crying? Oh, we back. Come on, a little bit more, please. Again. The impact of Aaron crying in this scene. We don't know why he's crying until the end of the manga. The whole idea of I had a mighty long dream. I can't remember. I can't seem to remember what it was about. That dream is the entire of the Attack on Titan. He dreamed of what happened at the end. He's crying because of his final moment with Mikasa. Oh, I told y'all this. There will be spoilers. Don't be mad at me. I am spoiling Attack on Titan because this is a reread. I just want to reiterate. Come on, we here, man. We here. 845. 845. 845. Year 845. That's what it was. It's year 845. This tree, the meaning behind this tree is going to be huge later on too. All right, we here. So, if am I tripping? Is the anime where they start in the military? So there's the okay. I might have said the beginning wrong. Either I think maybe the anime they start in the military and the manga they start from the children. I'll figure it out. It's been a while since I watched the anime, but I'll figure it out. We here. They don't seem to know I've been crying. I won't. Still, you had tears in your eyes for no good reason. Maybe you should let your dad have a look. Are you mad? Like hell, I'd tell him about that. What have you been crying about, Aaron? Hanath-san. Hanath. Let's say Hanath in the manga too. Hanath doesn't even seem right. Mr. Hans. So yeah, I'm reading from Manga Reader, so it might be not the most perfect translation. So I'll look in this to get the better translation. But Hans, I knew that. Did Mikasa get mad at you for some reason? Why would I be crying? You stink of booze. You're still going at it? Why don't you join us? What about work? Oh, today we man the gates. We're supposed to stay here all day, so it doesn't take long before we get hungry as well as thirsty. Alcohol happens to be part of the drink sometimes, but that's not nothing to write home about. And when the situation calls for it, you're supposed to fight how? The situation. What situation? Can't believe I'm hearing this. I'm reading off a manga reader. I feel like this sentence is just weird. Let me see how they say it here. Um, 1 second. He says. Oh, so in this one, it says, "We get hungry and thirsty, hanging out here all day. What's the big deal if liquor happens to be among the rations sometimes? But in an emergency, would you be able to fight drunk?" And this one says, "And when the situation calls for it, you're supposed to fight how?" It's a weird little translation thing. Can I get a better translation? Is there a website where I can get a better translation? If I'm not gonna look for it right now. We already locked in, but if anybody knows of it, let me know of a better translation. Anytime it's a weird translation, I'll just look in the good book. All right. Hey Aaron, don't just shout out like that. Good to be wholesome. Hey, Doctor Son, should they ever break the wall, then we'll deal with it. But you see, that hasn't happened once in 100 years. Come, we can't let our guards down like that. It's dangerous. My father told me so. Well, you're sure right about that. I don't claim to know any better than Dr. Yeager, the city's resident savior. But while becoming a soldier might allow you a chance to see them prowling around while you're reinforcing the walls. But this wall is like 50 meters high, and I fail to see how they'll work their way around that. So you're not even ready to fight them in the first place? What the hell? Quit calling yourselves the stationary troops, then. Wall building squad would be more like it. Yep, sounds good. But you see, Aaron, An active army is not a good thing at all. It means things have gone south. Whereas long as we're derided as useless freeloaders, life is peaceful for everyone, which is a good point. I mean, peace is when you know people are lazy. Juan said, "Dang, I just can't get these guys from the Scouting Legion going outside the walls and all that jazz." It's like they get a kick out of playing Warfare or something. Even if we can't get outside these walls, we got food and rest, and that's enough to stay alive. But a life like that is no different than if we are actually cattle. That's a bar. That's a bar. That's a weird little guy. He can't possibly be contemplating the idea of engaging in the scouts. Aaron, you better forget about the scouts. What's this? You're gonna make fun of them too. It's not so much. Oh, they're here. The scouts. Scouts are back. Heroes are the heroes return victorious. I have to keep a lookout for Aaron in the background too, because I know there's a couple scenes where Aaron is in the background, but you don't know. Obviously, too many people. Damn, I can't see a thing. Looking in the background, see if we can see Aaron at any point. Is this Aaron? Maybe. Gotta keep our eyes open. Yeah, when this first happened, when the scouts came and everybody was bloody and it was disgusting, yeah, that was a huge moment. So a few of them are returning. It's been awful this time as well. There were over 100 of them when they departed. There aren't even 20. Did everyone else get devoured? Brown, excuse my son. I can't see my son Brown. What happened to him? That's Brown's mom. Bring it here. Then bring him back a body part. That's all we're able to recover. And she cried. Man, it really kind of, hey, it kind of symbolizes war, man. It doesn't have to be anything outstanding. He contributed. His death contributed towards humankind's retaliation, did it not? Of course, no. It's better. It's better to be honest with the people, right? It's always better to be honest about what actually is going on. If you failed, you failed. Don't give false hope. Exploration this time again will we it was all for naught. We didn't make any progress at all. I've been nothing but an incompetent toying around with the lives of our soldiers. We couldn't find out where they came from. We didn't discover the first thing about them. This is horrible. To think they could have lived out peaceful lives inside the wall. They would have been fine. Our taxes could have been better spent on the soldiers. What a waste. You know what's funny about this? What's funny about this? And I'm not gonna make this like political, but this rhetoric about, oh, we should have spent our taxes elsewhere, not the military, very interesting considering this is similar rhetoric to nowadays. But I'm just pointing that out there. I'm trying to make a point. You know what I'm saying? I'm just very similar rhetoric to nowadays. So true. It's as if our tax essentially served to fatten them up by sending out our men as free meals. You goddamn kid, what do you think you're doing, Aaron, when he hit him in the back of the head? Come on, that's enough. What's the big idea? The firewood's all scattered now. Aaron, you're planning on entering the scouts. You haven't changed your mind, have you? Help me pick these up. We're home. Now, this conversation is going to be wildly important. This conversation, when they're back inside the cabin, is going to be extremely impactful. And we're going to look exactly where Grisha is looking to. Because is he looking at Aaron or is he looking at someone else? We'll see. Welcome back. You're late, children. Well, it's a long story. Dad, it's about to leave. I'm off to town for a couple of examinations. Aaron said he wanted to go to the scouts. Because I told you to keep that quiet. Aaron, what are you thinking? Of all the people who got outside these walls, do you have any idea how many died? Yes, I do. Notice right off the bat. Initially, I didn't think anything of it, but the fact that Grisha didn't react at all, we know why. We know why. Aaron, why do you want to go outside? And the first thing he asks Aaron is not about the scouts or anything like that. The first thing he asks Aaron, why do you want to go outside? That's the first thing he asked him. I want to know what's going on out there. I'd hate to live my entire life inside the walls as an ignorant. Oh man, I hate these translations. Let me look up the translations in here. As an ignorant, that doesn't make any sense. The scouts, the survey corps. I hate the idea of spending my whole life inside the wall, ignorant of what's happening in the world outside. And besides, if there's no one to carry on, everyone who died up until now will have died in vain. The moment he said that, Grisha knew exactly what he had to do. I see. Well, I'd better be going. The boat leaves soon. Wait, honey. Talk some sense into your son. Carla. When somebody's on a quest, there's no such thing as talking them down. Aaron, when I get back, there's that room in that basement, which I've always kept secret. Well, I'll show it to you. For real. In this scene, He's not looking at Aaron. We know who he's looking at. He's not looking at Aaron, which is so it's so subtle. Like Isayama, the great thing about Isayama is like he puts things that are so subtle that you will have no idea what is really going on until later on. Like that is the key behind Isayama and how great of a writer he is. This is subtle. He put this like here. He's not looking at him, but you think he's talking to him. It's chef's kiss. Come on, lock in. And then he leaves. Aaron, what I insist is not happening. Only a fool would consider joining the Survey Corps. A fool, you say? As far as I'm concerned, those who would buy their own safety at the cost of living cooped up like cattle are 10 times sillier. Aaron, Mikasa, is a knack for getting into trouble. So help each other out when things get out of hand. Uh huh. And then you know what else I'm going to be focusing on when I reread this is the whole ridiculous notion that there's no relationship or there's no romance and that there's no it's the writing between Aaron and Mikasa's relationships not written well. I'm going to debunk that too. So we here, man. What's the matter, heretic? If you're not happy about getting hit, just hit back. I keep on stumbling because I'm reading too fast, and at the same time, a lot of these sentences are weird translations. Like hell, I do that. I'm not stooping down to your level. Excuse me? You know I'm telling the truth. That's why you got no choice but to hit me without ever bothering with an actual answer. That's right. You're effectively conceding my point, are you not? Yo, hey, imagine getting bullied and bring out, well, the only reason why you're beating me up is because you're too stupid. Shout out Armin, man. Stop that. What do you think you people are doing? Darren, this time around is out for blood, that little bastard. Oh, he's got Mikasa with him. We're screwed. Look at them. The mere sight of me, and they scurry away like rats. Not quite. They ran away when they saw Mikasa, more like, you okay, Armin? I don't need help to stand. You sure? And then I told them that humankind would need to go outside someday. That's when they hit me, call me a heretic. Damn, how come you get looked down upon for just mentioning you'd like to get out? Well, that's because for the 100 years we spent inside the walls, life has always been peaceful. People are aware we're screwing up and inviting them in, which is another interesting point. Like, people like the status quo. People don't like change, especially when there's imminent danger that could happen because of change. So, you got to understand why people are thinking the way they're thinking at the end of the day. Also, let me check how many. I have to check how many chapters are in volume one. I also read off the Q and A's too. That'll make things interesting. How many chapters are in? Four. Is that four? Four chapters. So four chapters. I'm reading for today. Is declared that manifesting any interest in the outside world. So okay, just so we're on the same page. So the initial events happen, and after the initial events, instead of seeing them like grow up and all that stuff, we skip that. So that's what I meant. We skip that. They're already all good, and then the second attack happened. So they do change the order. For some reason I thought it was right at the beginning, but they change the order after the introductions of Aaron and all that stuff. The king is just chickening out. Then out in the story, you're right. But is that the only reason? It's our own lives we risk. That's our business. I don't think so. Forget it. The royal government has declared that manifesting any interest in the world. Armin always was had a good. He asked the right questions. Not happening. Which reminds you, what possessed you to tell on me to our parents? I never said I cooperate. Does he say parents in this? Also, isn't that like being a caged animal? So this one says when he's talking to Hanzi, the caged animal reference gets referenced quite a bit. Obviously, we know what it means symbolically now, but yeah, I'm just gonna point that out because Glazing Isiyama over here. Does he say parent? I feel like he didn't say parents last time. Uh, Mom and dad. Okay, he just said mom and dad. I'll just being nitpicky. How'd it go? Well, it wasn't exactly cheers and applause. I can imagine that. Are you going to join the course and tell me to stop? Well, it's dangerous, but I do see where you're coming from. But I'm also curious about the people who believe that staying within the walls will actually protect us forever. The wall may not have been broken in 100 years, but there's no guarantee that it won't happen today. And then we know what happens. And then the wall gets broken. What the? Was that an earthquake or something? Let's go have a look. The colossal titan has appeared. Armin, what on God's green earth is? Oh, can you see something? What is it? It can't be. The wall's like 50 meters tall. It's one of them. A Titan. I think this would. I think this probably has an argument. This panel right here as one of the most iconic panels of all time. Like, if I feel like if we made a top 10 panels in all of manga history, this would be on that list of the top 10. I don't know where on the list, but it would be on the list. Like, this is undeniably one of the most iconic panels of all time, for sure. On that day, humanity remembered the dread that was a life under their rule. And then he broke the walls, the humiliation of being caged like birds. I told again, it's crazy when you reread it. The amount of caged animal references that happens in this manga happens so much, but you don't think about it. It's like, oh sure, but you don't get how important these references are. Off of initial read. Oh, weird ads. Shaking my head. All right, let's go to chapter 2. It happened 107 years ago, which is common knowledge. The entire human race, us, accepted, was devoured to race. What is this translation, man? I really wish I'm reading some officials. All right, let me reread this in this. Anytime it's a weird translation, I'm gonna read it here. As everyone knows, 107 years ago, the entire human race, save for us, the entire human race. I'm guessing. This except us. I think that's what it meant. This is a weird translation in here too. Except us was devoured to extinction. All right, impossible. Titans. Let's see if we see Aaron. Anytime there's a bunch of people, look for Aaron in the background. Okay. Titan shouldn't be any taller than 15 meters at most. So how come this one's head sticking above the wall? It's moving, and then it kicks that wall open right from jump, putting everybody in distress. Oh, all these buildings are getting hit by rubble. The wall, it's blown a hole into the wall. Everybody's running. Get the hell out of here, you two. Quickly, for the Titans will come in one after the other. Aaron, there are houses where the debris from the wall landed. Mom, this is I feel like this is an underrated moment in terms of distinguishing the type of person Aaron is, where Armin was ready to run. Mikasa even was turned the other way. But the first thing Aaron thought of was to run towards his mother. Even though he's running towards danger, the first thing that came to mind is running towards others. That's why, like, Aaron doing what he did later on for his family, like, he's always had that mindset. That has never changed in terms of Aaron's character. It's over. The town is finished. The Titans are going to invade it in countless numbers. Not like those debris fell on our home. No doubt about it. She's escaped already. When I turn this corner, our old house will be there. Like always. Damn it. Mom. Mom. That you, Aaron? Mikasa, you hold this. We're going to move that pillar. Here it goes. I thought they were gonna save Aaron's mom in this scene. I'm not gonna lie. I thought she was legitimately gonna be a-okay. I was so wrong. Um, Move it. The Titans, they're in town, aren't they? Aaron, take Mikasa and you with you and run away. Quick. I want to run away too, all right? Hurry up and come out of here. Come on, you're coming with us. My legs have been crushed beneath the rubble. Even if I do get out of there, I wouldn't be able to run. You can understand, don't you? I'll take you on my shoulders then. Why don't you ever listen to me? You could have at least obeyed my last wish. Mikasa, no. And this is where she comes. The infamous smiling titan. It's kind of crazy. Once we figure out who the smiling titan's identity is, it's crazy. It's actually a crazy kind of situation here. And obviously, the whole circumstance of guiding this titan towards Aaron's mother to kickstart Aaron's path to do what he does. What I something that I thought of is like what this is kind of like a chicken and the egg situation. Like, what came first? Did this happen that caused Aaron to do what he did, and then Aaron made sure it continued to happen, or did Aaron always cause this to happen? It's don't I wouldn't overthink it. It's kind of a chicken and egg situation, um, but even knowing everything, I mean, this had to be done for Aaron to become who he needs to become. So you can hate it, but things need to happen, man. Things need to happen. Get out of here, both of you. Quick, Mikasa. At this rate, the three of us will bite it. And then Hans comes. Wait, don't go fight that thing. Take the children with you and get away from here. That's a low opinion you got of me, Carla. Can't have that. I'm gonna stamp out that titan and save the three of you. At least I can repay my Hans. I beg of you. What should I do? After the definitive chance I have to the rest of the two of them? Or do I take the risk of fighting the Titan to maybe save everyone? Do I comply with Carla's wish or proceed to repay my debt? That's right. This is a terrifying scene. Come on. Look at this. If you are faced with this smile, yeah, I would run too. I'm not gonna lie. I would run too, especially when I know that I'm not a fighter like that. I would run too. Thank you. Hans, what are you doing? Hey, mother's still. Aaron, Mikasa, you must stay alive. Don't leave me. Oh man, this hurt. This hurt the heartstrings. Don't leave me. That one that hits the soul. The don't leave me. She almost said it because if she would have said it, they would have turned around. But she kept it in. She kept the fear in. She kept not wanting to be with her family in. This is a this is a tough scene. This is all happening at the start of the series, by the way. Isayama was like, "We locking in now. Don't do this. No." And yeah, this hurt. this hurt. Ah man. Even though we haven't met like Aaron's mother, like we don't have a long time experience like being with Aaron's mother, and immediately it's gonna attach you to the idea of like the main character having a mother. It's gonna obviously give you a sense of feeling that what if this is my mother? Like the title of mother is enough to resonate emotion, and this is what this did right here. Like his mother got ate right in front of him. So tough. And then he hit Hans in the back of the head. What the little longer and we could have saved our mom. You think you just do as you please? You couldn't save your mom because you weren't strong enough to do so. As for me, I couldn't stand and face the Titan because I simply didn't have the courage. This is all like so like impactful moments because he's being real with Aaron right now. He needs to. Forgive me. Forgive me. That again. Mika says touching her head. Um Probably and due to the fact that Aaron patted her on the head. The boat is filled to capacity. We're gonna leave now. We can't afford anymore. It's dangerous. Close the gate. What are you talking about? There's still plenty of people left inside. If this wall is broken, it won't end with just one city overrun by the Titan. Humankind's allotted territory would shrink all the way to the next wall. There's no point in watching individuals get slaughtered right in front of us. Close the gate. Move it. The Titans are literally knocking at our doorstep. What is that thing? It's completely unaffected by our weapons. And then we got the armored Titan. Another very iconic scene. Not as iconic as the Colossal, but definitely still iconic with the armored Titan. One thing that I want to bring up is if you guys are in this situation, would you guys close the gates? I feel like you all would. And I feel like that would be pretty reasonable. I'm not gonna lie. The door, well, Maria, they busted through it. What? So when I initially saw this, like, nah, that's not important. We'll move. This is the end. Humanity's finished. The Titans will devour us. Our house is no more. I can never go home again. Even in the end, all we could have was one of those worthless disputes. That's such a weird translation. Shaking my head. Up until the end, all I could do was argue and be stubborn, is what Aaron was saying to his mother. And now mom is no longer here, completely gone. How did we end up like this? Because we humans are weak? So weaklings' only options to weep and wail? I'll wipe them out. I'll erase them from this world till not a single one remains. Year 850. So so after this right here, also this tells you Aaron's character too, like his devotion to eliminate all the time. He is a passionate individual. But after this, they we time skipped 5 years. Maybe he's like 10 here, so maybe 15. So yeah, 5 years in the future. We paid a terrible price for 100 years of peace. There's no way we could have reacted to the sudden apparition of the colossal titan given our current level of alertness. As a result, we had to abandon our foremost wall Maria. Mankind's territory has shrunk down to the limits of wall roads within which we stand presently. Wall Maria is cooked. Even as we speak, it's very plausible that this colossal titan might tear down the wall to come at us any second now. So one thing I got confused with back in the past is like, so did Reiner and Bertolt both hit the walls of Wall Maria? That got me confused. Like, what was the purpose of them both hitting the Wall Maria? Even as we speak, it's very plausible that this colossal titan might tear down the wall to come at us any second now. When that time comes, your duty will be to assist the manufacturer, sacrificing your lives to oppose the Titan threat. You will sacrifice your all. You will sacrifice your all. Sir, today you've completed your military training. I will now announce the 10 best among those who obtain satisfactory results. Step forward at the mention of your name. So this is okay. This is exactly what I mean. So they time skipped the academy and went right to the end of the academy. So it was an interesting way to do it. And then they're gonna go later on chapters. They'll do a backstory of all the other people. But first was Mikasa, makes sense. Second was Reiner. Third was Bertolt, and four was Annie. So it made sense that the first one was Mikasa because obviously she's an Ackerman. Two, three, and four being Reiner, Bertolt, Annie. They were also got military training as young because obviously we know they're Titans. The fact that Aaron was fifth, I feel like doesn't get mentioned enough. That he was the fifth most guy, he's the fifth best guy here. Like one person's an Ackerman. Three people got military training since they're young to be a Titan user, and Aaron was fifth. And all intents and purposes, without the special training and the bloodline, Aaron is the best soldier here. Like as a normal human, he's the best soldier here. So respect my boy Aaron Yeager. 6 Gene, 7 Marco, 8 Connie, 9 Sasha, 10 Krista. That is all. I've made it here at last. It's humanity's turn now. This time around, mankind will feast upon the Titans. They're talking. So this is a little description of information about the wall, talking about why they have outside towns. Right here, I'll show y'all. So they have these outside towns right here to basically like get all the Titans to come to these areas so they can consolidate where the Titans are going to be at. Kind of cruel, but it's a legitimate strategy to be fair. Now, if you completed your formations, you have three alternatives: the military police, the survey corps, and the military police, survey corps, and the stationary troops. I forget what they're called normally. I'm not going to look it up. It goes without saying, when the first freshest recruits, only the top 10 may directly apply for the military police force. All right, chapter 2 out the way. 2 more chapters, then we're going to wrap this up. Tomorrow you will apply for your assignments, and today marks the end and disbanding, the night of the disbanding. What was chapter 2's title? That day. Okay. Tomorrow you apply for your assignments, and today marks the end and the disbanding of the 104 trainee squad. I wish a part of the top 10 like you guys. I'd be surprised if you didn't join the police anyway. Huh? Of course, why do you think I aim for the top at all? Me too. That's where I'm headed. And I have an opportunity to work close to the king. Such an honor. Remember Marco, man? Remember Marco? Yeah, Marco got cooked. That's tough. Going all Einstein on us again, Marco. Tell me the real reason. Want to live in the inner walls, don't you? We're going to escape this stink hole. That is the outer town at last. In the inner district, a life of peace and comfort await us. Hey, man, show some decency. I, for one, my bad. Sorry about that. My fault, Mr. Honor Student. Well, what would you guys do? We won't have the opportunity to live there anytime soon. Still, are you folks staying here for the glory of being humanity's fortress, or whatever the name is? Hey, Gene, at least Gene is like honest, man. I think you got to respect that. I might have a better appreciation for. I didn't like Gene at the beginning, but I think I will have a better appreciation for Gene after this reread. It's not like we gladly volunteer to be born here in the outskirts. If we can live here without having to fear the sounds of the Titan's footsteps. Thought so. Everyone would love to move to the inner quarters. So what about you guys? I'll apply for the police too. So will I. However, don't you imagine you and I are anything? Don't you imagine you and I are anything alike? And he's talking to Gene. Hey, you said something about the inner district being comfortable. The part of town we're in right now used to be part of the inner district, you know. Gene, I believe even without moving in, the contents of your brain would still be comfortable enough. Made a joke that made Reiner laugh. So sorry. Don't. Unless I'm mistaken, Aaron, you're calling me a half-wit. Well, you're wrong about that. I'm a realist. The biggest one out here. 4 years ago, we invested half our population to a general offensive, half of the entire human race out to recover the territory we lost. And most of those people earned an instant one-way ticket to the Titan's stomach. How many more would have taken to reconquer our lost land? You know, if I was told, "Hey, you can go out there and to try to recover the land," would I do it? Would you do it? Obviously, not having the knowledge we know now, but a lot of things that happened to finally fix everything, a lot of crazy things had to happen for it to kind of work out. How many more would have it taken to reconquer our lost land? It takes 30 human deaths on average to fell one of these titans. Well, the titans control this land, and they aren't content to number a measly 1/30th of the human population. Doesn't take a genius to figure it out. For humanity, there's no such thing as achieving victory against the titans. Sigh. Now we've seen pulled an all nighter by your fault. Ah, man, these translations are so bad. Why is the translation so weird? The garrison unit, that's what they're called. It's crystal clear. Humanity doesn't stand a chance against Titans. Look, it's like a funeral in here, thanks to you. Like, okay, this one says, "See, now we pulled an all nighter by your fault," and this one says, look, it's like a funeral in here, thanks to you." Like the translation is so bad. Have you been listening? I did hear something about you giving up because you thought you couldn't win. That's what Aaron said. Let me pull out this one. I just like these translations better. I'm be honest. So what you're saying is I don't think we can win, so I'm giving up. Tell me, what's so good about giving up? Is it better to escape from reality to the point where you're throwing away your hope? In the first place, it's a given that we lose to the Titans in material terms. One of the causes of the defeat 4 years ago was our ignorance about the Titans. We've lost then, but the information we gained will surely lead to our hope for the future. And yet you're going to give up on developing strategies to fight them? Do you want to be Titan food that badly? Give me a break. I have a dream. Shout out, I have a dream. I have a dream. It's time. It's to exterminate the Titans and leave this cramped up wall. My dream is to explore the outside world. Aaron, or putting it right off the bat, inspiring the people because Aaron is has vision. Aaron has vision. I have a dream. What the hell are you talking about? You must be the one with the soft noggin. What? Look at them. Not a single person here agrees with you. Oh, you're right. I got it. So shove off to the interior. Having a defeatist like you here in the front line is bad for morale. Of course, that's just what I'm going to do, but you want to go outside the wall, right? Go on ahead. The Titans you love so much are waiting for you. Pain in the ass. And then they start fighting. There they go again. Come on, Aaron, what's wrong? You're having trouble against me, a mere human? You're not fit to go up against the Titans. Of course not, you idiot. I think also something to point out is Aaron Yeager is actually a pretty smart individual. Like you don't give a speech like that if you don't got a little, a little intelligence. Aaron is a very smart person. Uh, hey, that's enough. Gene, did you forget what Aaron's hand-to-hand combat score was? It was the top of our class. Aaron's the best fighter not named Mikasa. Or wait, was he second to Mikasa? Put me down. Gene, if you guys keep making a racket, the instructor's gonna come by. Hey, Franz, this is the highlight of the farewell party. Don't stop me. No, I think we'd all have our fill. Let's stop fighting amongst ourselves. Also, another situation that I feel bad for. Point this out. Yeah, I feel bad for this this couple right here, man. They're all lovey dovey, man. That's tough, man. Love doesn't succeed in the end. I'm reading from my manga. I'll pull up the panels on the internet, but I don't like the translations on the website. Put me down. You're lucky, Ari, having Mikasa to carry you around like that. I bet you're planning to drag her into the Survey Corps just the same. That hurt, damn it. You always act impulsively when you get angry. About what he said, which branch do you want to enlist in? I'm joining the Survey Corps. You're at the head of our class. Apply for the MPs. They're calling you the most talented person who's ever been through training. I'm sure you get special treatment. If you join the military police brigade, then so will I. If you join the garrison, I'll do the same. Without me around, you'll die an early death. This is Mikasa and Aaron. I'm not asking you to stick with me. How long do you tend to keep at this? As long as we live. I died once and was restored to life. I won't forget that debt. But more than anything, I don't want to lose any more family. So in this scene between Aaron and Mikasa, I think it's fair to say that Aaron obviously cares for Mikasa's safety. I don't think, as of right now, it's hard to say if there's any romantic feelings here. But he told her to join the military police for a reason. He wanted her to be safe in that situation. And obviously, Mikasa loves Aaron. The scarf, we already know what the scarf resembles. The party's breaking up, you two. Let's go back to the dorm. Oh, no, we good. Which branch are you going to apply to? I'm going to join the Survey Corps. Are you serious? I mean, you're Yeah, I know. I'm weaker than the average person. And it was a miracle that I passed the simulated combat graduation test. But didn't the instructor tell you to become a technician since you're academically at the top of the class? Making an inefficient choice that disregards your strength, I wouldn't call that courageous. If I died, it wouldn't matter. Mm. And he cares about Armin too, which is why he didn't expect him to want to join the survey corps as well, and he didn't want him to join the survey corps. All right, you're dismissed for today. They meet Hans at ease. Discipline is important. When it comes to you guys, I just can't get used to it. Been a long time, huh? I can't get used to it either. A drunkard like you, now a squad leader in the garrison. Your regrets have gotten bigger, haven't you? It's been 5 years since you came to this town. I'm sorry I couldn't save your mother. Enough about that already. You didn't have a choice. Before you guys were born, my family came down with a disease that killed so much of our town. But then one day, Dr. Yeager appeared with the antibody for it. My whole family was cured. I wanted to pay back that debt to your family, but now I'll never get the chance. How many times do I have to hear this? I still don't have the slightest clue about where your father, Dr. Yeager, is. The only thing to possibly go on is your memory, since you were the last one to see him. Do you remember anything? Another very important moment right here. Let's scroll to it. When he asked Aaron if he remembered anything. I'll read it from here. All right, sorry about that. I completely forgot. Are you all right, Aaron? I'm fine. Don't ask me why. My head feels like it's gonna split apart. I can't, and yet I can't remember anything. And then we get a little flashback on what happened. Stop it, Dad. What are you doing? You've been acting weird ever since Mom died. Aaron, let me see your arm. Aaron. So, just to be very clear, in this situation, Aaron obviously got the shot. This is when he was still a child. Aaron turned into a Titan and ate his dad. We know this now. We didn't know this back then. We had very, very little knowledge. But the interesting part of why he can't remember is because Aaron doesn't want him. He's not supposed to remember all this now. Everything needs to be gradual, which is why a lot of his memories are suppressed in this first place. All of this was supposed to happen in a very particular way. Aaron can't, is not allowed to remember it. All right, we'll go back to the this one because it has better translations. Are you okay? You collapsed right after that. So we carried you to your here to the dorm. You were crying out in your sleep. What were you dreaming about? What was it about? I forgot about it already. And the interesting part about it is like in the manga right here. You see this? Uh, the word "what was it about" was bolded. It's bolded for a reason because the "was" is so pivotal to the story. Gotta admit, and this may be our the outmost. I hate reading that translation. I'm going back to the book, the good book. You know, they may call it Frontline Town, but we're getting more people. Well, nothing has happened for 5 years now. Wonder why they bolded has. Well, nothing has was happened. Is it kind of? I wonder if it's trying to reference. Because okay, so it bolded this too. So here, let me see if I could show you. I don't know exactly why they bolded. Well, nothing has happened for 5 years now. Now it could. I might be overthinking. It could be as simple as like the fact that it was in the past. But it maybe it's referring to nothing has happened for 5 years now. Has nothing has happened for 5 years now. Probably something with time travel. I just can't think of like what if there's any bigger meaning behind the word has in this situation. Nothing has. Maybe it's like a time loop thing. Has everything. I'm overthinking it. We'll move on. People cannot live in fear forever. Not to mention, we've made the wall a lot stronger these past 5 years. Maybe the Constantine has given up on us. What's that foolish crap? Marriage has turned you soft. Who said we were married? To even think we'd make a good couple, you're getting ahead of yourself, Aaron. Man, this nice little couple, they get cooked. That's tough. You two, where are you going to join the survey corps? Connor, you're number 8, right? Before you said you were going to join the MP brigade. Naturally, the military police brigade is a wiser choice, but still, your speech last night had an effect on him. Aaron, Aaron inspires the people. Another conversation we might need to have. Another conversation is Aaron a good leader? Like all things considered, with like how everything that he's doing is terrible. Take out like the moral, situation regarding that. Aaron in a vacuum with his skills, would you qualify Aaron as a good leader? I feel like you would have to. I think Aaron, if we do like a tournament bracket thing or whatever on the podcast, I feel like you would have to say or you would have to consider Aaron to be a good leader. I'm just saying, respect this man, man. Respect him. Wrong. It was that's right. It was Gene. I just don't want to be in the same branch as that bastard. That doesn't explain why you joined the Survey Corps. Shut the hell up. I decided for myself. Don't be so embarrassed. Sometimes even when you know what you should do, you still hesitate to follow through. See, this word is bolded too. You should do. You still hesitate to follow. Sometimes even when you know what you should do, you still hesitate. What you should do, should do. The only situation I can remember like a person should do something and it was so like important to the story is like when Aaron knows what he should do and he still hesitates, but he does it anyway. Same with Grisha too. So maybe that's the idea. I could just be overthinking this bold, but usually when a mangaka bolds words, it has a bigger meaning. I mean, Oda does it all the time. Besides, you're not the only one part of me, but hey man, Sasha's back in the story. I borrowed a little meat from the senior officer's private stock. You wanted to get thrown into solitary? You know you were really dumb, scary dumb. Let's split it up later. Slice it, slap it between some bread. Put it back. That's right. Ever since our territory shrank, meat has become incredibly precious. Don't worry. Once we recapture our territory, we'll be able to keep more cows and sheep again. I see your point. It would be like a celebration in anticipation of regaining Wal Maria. Once we eat it, all that's left is preparing ourselves for the worst. Thomas, I'll eat that meat too. Yeah, oh, hey man, just celebrate a little bit. I'll have it too. So save some for me. What are you standing there speechless for, Aaron? You want to get busted? It's not lunchtime yet. Aaron wants some meat too. He's shaking a little bit. Damn it! Why do people from frown on even the slightest mention of going outside? That was 5 years ago. Finally, after losing a third of our territory and 20% of the population, the human race has taken back its dignity. Man, this is. What do you really think about the amount of crazy stuff that just be happening in Attack on Titan? Like, we thought this is the start of like something like great, right? This scene right here. This was supposed to be the start of Aaron's goal. I feel like now looking back at this, could this just be Bertolt transforming? Like this all looks dramatic, but could this just be in the midst of a transformation? Maybe again, maybe I'm overthinking it. But man, he was so sure, and then this happened. He was so sure, and then this happened. That's tough. That's tough. Um, let's keep going. Such a great panel. Such a great panel, gentlemen, ladies. Such a great panel. And then we see the steam. It's blowing Aaron back. It burns. Everybody gets blown off. Everyone. Switch to vertical maneuvering. Immediately in a tense situation, Aaron is telling them what to do. Everybody's locked in. He even saved someone's life by putting it something. Oh no, this was Sasha. She saved his life by putting a hook through his foot. That was close. Aaron's locked in. He wants to smoke against the Colossal Titan. I'm gonna destroy them, each and every one. Hopefully, like the sound of me flipping pages is not annoying. Each and every one. Damn them. Every last one. It broke through the wall. Again, the Titans are gonna come in again. Titans are really gonna take care of Samuel. Fix artillery squad. Prepare for combat. The target is here, the Colossal Titan. Don't let this chance get away. Only the Colossal Titan can destroy the wall. If we could just kill him. Hello there. Okay, another iconic manga panel. Gentlemen, ladies. This is another one right here for sure. Come on. Right here. This is another top tier panel in manga history. When Aaron was standing here looking at this Titan. And Berto's like, what is Aaron doing here? I haven't seen you in 5 years. It's been 5 years, huh? Chapter 4. Okay. Almost done with volume 1. Here they describe the gear. I got an ad for Ozempic. Am I fat, man? All right, let's go. Little color panel. Bertolt tries to smack Aaron. Aaron dodges. Aaron goes, wants to smoke, coming right at him, going towards the neck. Douchebag is aimed for the canyon. That's not all. He didn't take the shot at the door at random. So that thing does have intelligence after all. Now I'm reading back off the internet, off the website. Either way, now's my chance. It's the only one capable of destroying the wall. If I can at least put this one down. Too slow. You're dead. What? It burns. Here we go. No response. Did I miss? You know what's interesting here? Bertolt could have killed Aaron if he wanted to. My guess is the reason why Bertolt didn't kill Aaron here is because they're friends now. If they weren't friends, I think Bertolt would have killed them. But because they are friends, he didn't want to kill Aaron, and he just left. He just escaped with the steam. No response. Did I miss? I didn't know. Disappeared. Colossal Titan is gone. Aaron, did you kill it? I didn't. The same thing happened 5 years ago. It just disappeared as suddenly as it came. Sorry for letting it get away. What are you apologizing for? We didn't do anything at all. We were paralyzed. Do you think we have the time for such pleasantries right now? I heard an argument. How did Bertolt escape so easily within amongst the steam? I feel like there has to be a level of control of like when you're and when it comes to shifting that it made it easier for Bertolt to just quickly just escape, especially since Aaron couldn't see anything amongst the steam. Special colossal titan strategies has already started. Resume your positions at once. And whoever made physical contact with that thing, report to the headquarters now. Shall pray for the Vanguard's success. Aaron looks back, thinking about Aaron, Mikasa and Armin. The bells ring. Material possessions are the last of your priorities. Evacuate calmly, please. Unfortunately, the Scout and Legion, the Survey Corps, which counts as our most seasoned combatants amongst our members. I'm reading too fast. That's why I'm stumbling on my words. I am reading too fast. Is all out on an exploration duty. We stationary troops are the only ones currently repairing the walls and preparing for an ambush. You trainees, you pass the qualification test. That makes you full fledged soldiers. I'm holding high hopes about your performance here. It's gonna be fine, Hannah. I'll look out for you, even if it's the last thing I do. Franz, Mikasa looking for Aaron. Aaron, you okay, Armin? I'm good. Things will settle down quickly. Still, we're in trouble big time. We still have an 8 meter high hole at the site, and it takes time to fix that sort of thing. And that rock supposedly meant to block the entire entry. Turns out we didn't even get as far as digging it up. Meant to block the entry. Okay. With the hole not filled in, this town will be abandoned. It's only a matter of time before Wall Rose also gets breach. Truth is, should they ever feel like it, the Titans could eradicate the human race at any time. Armin, take it easy. So sorry, I'll be fine. The drill is the same as during training. You guys split up, all that good stuff. Your task will be assisted with supplies, transmitting information, keeping the place clean. Front guard will be assigned to the stationary troops, the garrison. The middle guard will work for the training corps under our command, and the rear guard will serve under the stationary troops elite squad, the garrison squad, elite squad. Time for us freeloaders to earn our keep. We shall protect Wall Rose with our lives, and this until every last citizen has escaped to safety. Furthermore, as you're already aware, fleeing in front of the enemy will be met with capital punishment. You are sacrificing your lives. Make sure they count. Dismissed. Man, this guy threw up. And again, like thinking back on it, if I have to go back in battle after I just finished training against Titans, I don't know if I'll throw up. I'll be like, fuck, I'm cooked. I am cooked. I would think the same thing. I'm cooked. Why today? I would have been gone to the. Oh, so this is an important scene right here. All right, so look. Actually, I can show you. Notice Gene is panicking, and then Bertolt just got a sweat. He's the only one here not panicking. Like the signs were there for the betrayal, but obviously you didn't really think about it. But Bertolt just calm, saying nothing, no expression, not even worried about what is about to happen. I would have been, and then he's just looking at Gene, kind of feeling sorry for him. I would have been gone to the inner district tomorrow. Are you okay? Things get confused during battle. Come to me. What are you talking about? We're on different teams, you know. If the situation gets confused, things won't be going according to plan. I will protect you. Come on now. What have you been talking about? Training Mikasa. I need you in the rear guard, especially you. And this translation is so bad. Now go. Given the state of my arm, I just slow you down. I'm not asking for your opinion here. In times of evacuation like this, we need the bulk of our elite soldiers close to the top population. Hey, quit your nonsense, Mikasa. The human race is in danger of extinction. You have no business trying to impose your own goddamn rules. Sorry, I got carried away. I do have a request, however. Just one, please. Don't get killed. I won't. I'm not dying here. Such a great moment between Aaron and Mikasa. And they say this too. Oh, this two's dynamic isn't fantastic. It is absolutely fantastic. Look, one thing I will say is that This is another example of Aaron being an excellent leader. He knew he had a Mikasa. You have a role. You have a duty. Man, doing his job, man. I still don't know what the outside world is like. Our remaining history books say nothing of the Titans' origins. The whole thing is still historically unknown. I'm going back to the good book because I don't like these translations. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna try to put this away from the mic so it's not you're not just hearing page flippers in your ear. Even in our remaining history books, nothing's written about the origin of the Titans. We know next to nothing about them. What we've learned about the Titans, such as their mode of life, we owe to the latest reports by the Survey Corps. We haven't been able to confirm whether the Titans possess human like intelligence. Therefore, there's no precedent for mutual understanding between our races. The structure of the Titan body is fundamentally different from other living beings. They have no sexual organs, and the method by which they reproduce is unknown. Most of them tend to have a male physique. Their bodies have extremely high temperatures, and strangely, they show absolutely no interest in life forms other than humans. The Titan's sole behavior principle is eating human beings. When we consider that they existed in an environment devoid of people for over 100 years, we may make the conjecture that Titans don't actually need to eat. The word need is bolded. I'm going to just show you all the time the word is bolded. Need is bolded. I'm not going to try to guess every single time. I'm not going to lie. Other words, their purpose isn't predatory, but rather purely killing. Also, the main reason the human race has been driven into a corner is the Titan's astounding ability to survive. Since long ago, humanity has possessed enough firepower to blow the Titan's head off. However, the Titan alone wasn't enough to cope with them. There are individual differences, but in most cases, heads that are blown off regenerate in 1 to 2 minutes. I don't believe it. Like, it's not bad enough that they're huge. So then, are the Titans invulnerable? No, they're not invulnerable. There's one way to fell a Titan, kill a Titan. Aim for the right here. It's right below the occipital region at the nape of the neck. If a Titan sustains major damage here and doesn't regenerate but dies, for the very purpose, you must all master this vertical maneuvering equipment. This is bolded too, but obviously it's important. At present, the most efficacious means of repelling the enemies through combat skills that make the best use of mobility. Also, having a weakness at the back of your neck is such a unique weakness. I'm not gonna shout out Isayama. Each hand uses the grip of this device to operate the system, the fire mechanism. Okay, we know how all this works. I'm getting hungry. It's getting hard to read. I'm getting so hungry. I gotta eat after this. This is a good opportunity, don't you think? Before applying for the Survey Corps, if we prove ourselves in this first battle, they'll make us fresh recruits. And watch how fast we get promoted up the ladder. Yeah, no doubt. Sorry to burst your bubble, but a lot of people from our class are applying for the Survey Corps. Because of Aaron, you left me in the dust before, Aaron, but this time I'm keeping up. To make it interesting, let's see who can slay more Titans. You're on, Thomas, as long as you don't fudge your numbers. Squad 34 advance. Let's go. Again, Aaron is a good leader. He's inspiring people. He's motivating people. What? They're even roping the middle ground to the vanguard. All those Titans are ready. What's going on? Usually our peers in the vanguard hog all the action. Even though not much time has passed since the vanguard collapsed, it's not like I was optimistic, but this is not normal. Dodge. And Thomas is cooked immediately. All those words for nothing. Man, that's so tough. He was going to join the Survey Corps. That's so tough. Thomas is cooked. Oh, man, Thomas. Shit. Thomas. And then he's devoured. Wait. No, don't go off on your own. There's another one below. Bites off Aaron's leg. No, Aaron, his leg. There's no time to catch your breath. It's too dangerous. Kill it. They're trying to go fight the Titans. They're cooked. They're dying one after the other. This is just a brutal situation. They are getting cooked left, right, and center. Oh my gosh. Aaron's cooked. His leg is gone. These people getting cooked. Like, yo, these characters are just done. It's just GG's. She's GG's too. That's tough, man. Why? Bro, this is so brutal. It's so brutal. Look at the students. They are dying right in front of us. Yo, I can see like the fact that this is not a seinen. Like, imagine if this was a seinen, it would have been way more brutal. But yo, these kids are just dying. Yo, look at her. Your head is getting eaten. Yo, I feel so bad. They are sorry. They are for sure. They are ter- To be fair, though, Claudio. To be fair, just came out the academy. Like, what did we expect? They just came out the academy. They had no aura. They had no experience. Watching my comrades get eaten like this. What's going on? My body won't move, and I don't know why. And then it looks like Armin was about to get cooked. Armin, Aaron with no leg. He's thinking, and then he thinks about his past a little bit. We were thinking like, how is Aaron gonna save everybody? Is Aaron about to die? Like, this is the thoughts coming in right now. This is the thoughts. Aaron, there you are. What's the matter, Armin? This, my grandpa stashed it away. A picture with books of the outside world. I'm gonna read this in here. I think this is gonna be really important. A book about the outside world that's illegal. You're gonna get caught by the brigade. This is much more important than that. According to the book, the majority of this world is covered by water called the sea. And it says the sea is all salt water. Salt. Liar means salt. That would be a treasure trove. Merchants would have already exhausted the supply. No, that's the thing. The sea is so huge it can't be depleted. That's just silly. And it's not just a heap of salt. There's fire water, lava, ice ground, ice, fields of sand, beaches. The outside world must be 10 times bigger than inside the wall. The outside world. Aaron, someday I hope we get to explore the outside world. And this brings Aaron back to life. He's locked in, wanting to go save Armin. Grabbed his hand, threw him out. Aaron, I'm going to read this in here. Think I'm going to die here? Hey, Armin, you told me about, so I'm going to see the outside world. Aaron, quickly. And then Aaron is eaten. I really, they could have at least killed one Titan. True. But I wonder, like, what was I thinking? I think what I was thinking is like, no way Aaron is dead. I didn't believe Aaron was dead. No way Aaron's dead. But your leg and your arm is gone. Like, I had no idea how Aaron was gonna return to the story. None. Zilch. Zero. I thought they were about to I low key thought it was possible that Armin was literally gonna become the main character now. But yeah, he got cooked. Absolutely. And then Mikasa senses his presence. She senses something is wrong with the force. And then the chapter is over. That is volume 1 of Attack on Titan. Volume 1 is fantastic. Imagine ending volume 1 with Eren dying. That is a crazy end to a first volume. In this, it gives you sneak peeks of volume 2 in here. I'm not gonna read it off, obviously. We'll save that for next stream. But there's a Q&A. So there's a at ultra special bonus. So I'll bring that to the table for y'all. It's an interview with Isayama. So let's read off the interview questions. Thank you for being here. Let's begin. So these are the questions to Isayama during an interview. Why did you decide on giants as the theme of this work? Well, giants are kind of gross, aren't they? That's why. That's what Isayama said. Another question was asked, has anything in your life changed since the series become so popular? He answered, I got a weird phone call from my bank. They were wondering about the sudden increase of funds in my savings. So they probably thought I was running some bank transfer scams. So, fair enough. Another question was, do you have a way to clear out cobwebs when you're tired or when you need to decide some important story point? Shadow boxing with a hanging lamp cord in my house is very soothing. Yo, Isama got jokes, man. Isama got jokes. What made you decide to become a manga artist? Isayama said, I just decided one day is all. I have a habit of doodling and daydreaming anyway, so I was fortunate that my interests were compatible with something that's profitable. Shout out. Another thing he says, Mr. Isayama, what is your fetish? I'm dead ass. They asked this question. What is your fetish? This was a legitimate question on an interview about a manga. Let's see. Maybe Japan just love fetishes, man. What is your fetish? What is that? Imagine asking that question to an author in today's landscape. This is like a random author wrote a book or a comic book and go like, hey, what is your fetish? That is a wild question to just ask someone. His answer was, I have a body hair fetish. So, all right, man. Shout out, man. How do you get over those times when making manga gets tough? I don't. I think it's always equal parts tough and fun. Where do you get your ideas for stories? It doesn't have to do with creating stories, but when I'm half awake, like just before I drift off to sleep, my mind gets flooding with information I've seen or heard subconsciously. I call it super enlightenment time, and this is true. I'm not kidding. I know exactly what he's talking about. Next question. Is there a manga artist whom you respect? There are plenty of them. Of course, there are my fellow manga artists, Betsu Maga. I low key want to look up. He is a freak. He is 100% a freak. But I want to look up who these manga artists are real quick. Uh, Betsu Maga. Betsu Maga. Let's see what he created. Um, Betsu Manga. Betsu Maga. My artist in Betsu Manga. That's a magazine. But also my artist in Betsu Manga. I think that's his Attack on Titan team. Sutomo Nihei. Sutomo Nihei. What did he make? Creator of Blame. That's the manga he made. Blame. I've never heard of it. Blame. You mentioned Ryoji Minagawa. Ryoji Minagawa. He created. He was invited with Spriggan Story. Born. What is he famous for? Spriggan. So he helped create Spriggan, the manga Spriggan. Kentaro Miura, Berserk. Hidaki Orai sounds familiar, but I'm gonna look it up. Hidaki Orai. Hidaki Orai sounds super familiar. Hidaki Orai created his manga The World Is Mine. So he created a manga called The World Is Mine. Manga I've never heard before, but I'm learning now. Toru Mitsumine. And these are older manga, a lot of them that he's referencing. Toru Mitsumine. I'm not finding Toru Mitsumine anywhere. Is this guy with the he made Prince of Tennis? Maybe no. I don't know. I don't know. But I was just curious, so I looked him up. Who was your favorite character in Attack on Titan? That would be Gene. Gene comes right out and says what he's thinking, even if he's something you normally couldn't say. That's what I like about him. Gene Isayama. I can see why you gave him. You feel me later on? Okay. Out of all the manga you've read, what influenced you most? Arms. There's a manga called Arms that influenced Attack on Titan most. Let me see. Arms. Arms manga. Project Arms? Could this be it? Arms. I'll show y'all what I'm looking at. Maybe this is what inspired Isayama. Arms? I've never heard of it. Shout out though. How far ahead do you have Attack on Titan plotted out? In broad strokes, I've got it pretty well thought out the way down the line. I've got outlines that say like such and such truth will be revealed in volume 5 and around volume 10. This situation is going to happen. See, if I didn't decide these things before it sees publication, I wouldn't have been able to come up with ideas, although I don't flesh it out until I'm actually working on it. Makes sense, considering how great he foreshadowed everything. What do you think of Miyajima? He's got a permanent crease on his nose from his glasses. Aren't you going to have female titans? I wonder if I should say this. They're rare. I always forget how the kanji for Isa in your last name goes. Is there a good way to remember how to write it? You can write it however. I'll answer either way. I want to see where you work. That's the one thing I hope you'll cut me some slack. I really don't want to show you since it's a mess. If you were on a desert art island, could you have and you could have three things? What would you choose besides me and a guitar? Other than you and a guitar, I guess I'd bring a U.S. military fleet. Okay, all right. Do you use a model for the Titans? For the Titan version of Aaron, I use martial artist Yushin Okami's body as a model. My idea is the physique of a middleweight mixed martial artist. I only use the shape of the body as a model. I'm guessing that drawing Titans after a long time would do things to your mind. Do you have nightmares about them? I don't think giants are really scary in the first place, so no, never. What is the scariest thing in the world? A bunch of middle school girls looking at me and going, ew, while laughing. That's such a weird thing to think of. Okay. Please tell me your basic 1 month schedule. I take a week to storyboard and 3 weeks to draw. Damn. Mika says always wearing the scarf she got from Aaron. Doesn't she get hot? She doesn't wear it when it's out hot outside. ECM, what age did you start drawing? He said kindergarten. Ever mistaken for the artist who does Giant Killings, which is a soccer series? Just recently, my own editor made that mistake. What manga do you recommend right now? All Rounder Meguru and Iron Wind. Shout out both of them. Which Attack on Titan character most resembles you? Mr. Hans in the Garrison. Is there a story that you want to do after finishing Attack on Titan? Okay, this is interesting. Is there a story that you want to do after finishing Attack on Titan? There's a story I've had in my mind since high school. If I get lucky enough for it to publish someday, I hope everyone reads it. I'm gonna show you it right here. This is why people thought Isayama was gonna make another manga. This right here, this quote right here, there's another story he wants to write. Now, will Isayama make another manga? Hard to say, because after the backlash from the ending of Attack on Titan, it seems like he doesn't want to, but I feel like he should. Isayama is too good to not keep on doing it. Screw what people think, man. We here. All right. Do you have a favorite scene in Attack on Titan? The scene where the TV studio gets taken over and rock music plays. Sorry. What's your favorite food? I'm not really into food. How do you spend your free time? Drooling as I surf the net. What would you look like if you were a Titan, Mr. Isayama? He drew a picture. What page does the story really get going? Just wait for the 420th page and up. Please keep reading. 420. Oh, man. Isayama is a funny guy, man. So that is the Q&A. I just want to read that for you. It was dumb backlash. In my opinion, Attack on Titan had a good ending. I agree. I think Attack on Titan had a good ending as well. It was sad for sure, but it was well written. I 100% think so. But all right, Volume 1 Attack on Titan out of the way. I will stream, or I'll try to stream every Thursday and read another volume of Attack on Titan. So we will be here for what, 20 something volumes? I think there's 20 something volumes from my memory. Look. No, there's 30. So 30 something volumes. So in about 30 weeks we'll be finished with Attack on Titan. So y'all be along for the ride. I'll kind of edit this. I'm trying to think. Do I want to just keep the good moments, or should I keep the full thing? I feel like I can keep the full thing. Maybe I'll keep the full thing. We'll see how it goes. We're gonna be here for a month. Oh, we're gonna be here for definitely over that. But hey, man, it gives me an excuse to stream on Twitch for sure. But I'm gonna post this on the YouTube channel. But we're here. We're about to lock people in on Attack on Titan. From Volume 1 by itself, you see how much of the story elements play to each other, and why Isayama is one of the GOATs. And Attack on Titan is one of the greatest series of all time. So with that said, Claudio, appreciate you. Appreciate everybody who's viewing this stream. Everybody, of course. Y'all have a good one. Take care and peace.